This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys had a good Friday, for sure. Okay, I hope you guys had a really good Friday. Let's wait for some people to come in the room. Hit that subscribe button. Let's make sure my audio levels are good, so we can get this going nice. Okay. We will be talking about Dame Dash first. He did do a deposition today. That was hilarious. Now, these things always get leaked. Let's see. He was in a deposition. Dame was evidently in an entire affair. At one point, I'll play something. He said, "I'm sick of people from my culture trying to rob another man for this culture. I'm disgusted with people. Yeah, I said it, punk." I think this is over that small lawsuit he has. And then he said, at one point, the law firm who hosted the deposition had to call the cops in order to kick Dame out of the office. By the time the NYPD pulled up, Brown said that Dame and his team had already left the building. But what is this over? That's what I want to know. Oh, yeah, what was this? Deposition of... It's like Lil Wayne, Justin Bieber, and this is one of the greatest deposition videos ever. He said, "I'm going to make you famous. I'm giving you a rope." What was this over, though? Anyways, let's get into the deposition. Okay, we got enough people in the room. Let's start this. This is a little bit funny. We're not going to play the whole thing, but a little bit of it. Just a little bit.
Control.
We can't all
This
speak
gives
at
you
the
no
same
power.
time.
It just makes you look stupid. I'm going to ruin you as a lawyer. You'll never be a lawyer again. I bet you I'm going to make you famous. I'm just giving you rope to hang yourself. You're going to be in a whole nother courtroom, in a whole nother place for your frivolous lawsuit.
Wow.
Any texts that we've received, we've produced, they're all in the Google Drive.
Probably can't read.
Never admit. Yo, Dame's crazy. He even went as far to call he called the lawyer a culture vulture. I think.
But the testimony...
I think I did send those texts. That's
Hold on one second. Where are you going? That there is something that reflects that haven't been produced.
Yeah.
Produce that. Where are you going?
Dame's crazy, man.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Dame, please, just let him ask the question. Alright, there's no question pending.
No, we
Yeah,
cannot.
I want the people to know how this stick. I ain't saying thanks. I just got him there. He made a mistake. Tell me something.
He's answering the phone.
Come on.
The witness is here.
She's talking. I'm answering while I'm talking to her.
Shut this down. This is ridiculous.
No.
This is ridiculous.
Damon, please, we gotta
The
finish
client
the
is
question.
unruly. He's answering the phone.
Come on.
The witness
We
is
need to-
here.
She's talking.
With all due respect, it's his examination. It's on you.
Yeah.
The witness is here.
I'm right here. He's a clown.
All right? You're gonna address...
Yo, Dame's crazy, bro. That's not a way to do a deposition, but, hey, it's Damon Dash, man. King Simon was good. Lala Hernandez. JF Piper was good. Aaron Chris. Not a lot of people in the room tonight, but, it is Friday night, and I did go on late. I meant to go on earlier, so I guess that's my fault. Make sure you smash the like button so we can get to the other news. Let's see. Let me share this video. Okay, yeah, let's get to the other news. I don't think everybody got notified either. Jason Paulson, what's up, JT? JT, my guy. What up, though? What's good? Okay, then we got Fabolous saying he gives relationship advice to G Herbo. Miss Doomy Asbury, what's good? It's like, dude, I don't think you're one to give relationship advice. You're always cheating on your girl. You smash your girl in the mouth. I mean, come on, bro. Stop. Stop it, Fabolous. Cap. Okay? Then we got 50 Cent. He regrets calling Tekashi the King of New York. He says he doesn't regret it. He doesn't.
Do you regret co-signing Tekashi 6ix9ine
No way.
in New York?
Nah. You know what it is? Look, when you got young artists coming up, you don't want to make them not feel like that they feel like they're the king.
Yeah.
You got hit records playing. You got the momentum going. I'm like, yeah, like I think that.
I mean, he kind of was the King of New York at the moment.
Like we used to say, he was the king of R&B.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. When this kid gets out, he's going to be
That's what
popping.
It may allow his confidence to get to the point that he can continue to create and build more momentum. That's why and he was around
He was around his friends.
The Crippy.
Yeah.
What's his name's little brother. My man's little
Shotty?
brother. Nah, Shotty and them,
I think Monster.
they all listen to the Marcy right there. This is
So yeah. Anyways, everybody wants Tekashi out. Tekashi is going to be on 30 days, man. Believe it or not. That's crazy. Is it just me or 50 Cent always have justification for everything? Always. He never says wrong. Aaron was good. Handsome 1075 was good. Jamar Williams, Jason Paulson. All right, let's get to the next story. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's not much news going on, as you can see. I could also tell you that what happened with, what's the latest with Princess Love? Now, I gotta say, she's so fire. She's hot. Ray J got a good one there, and he shouldn't mess this up. She said, a man will have a whole wife, kid, and baby on the way and start an argument with you and just go to his other hotel room to party with escorts and strippers. What's in the dark always comes to the light. She is so hot, man. He's messing this up. So hot. It's crazy. And let's get to this last J Hood thing, and then we'll get back to the chat room. I just want everybody to, let's do a little watch party. And now let me get to it. J Hood part 3. Yeah, let's watch this together, and then let's talk about it, okay? Because I don't usually get to talk about it with you guys, so let's do this. As far as you know, you and Jadakiss are good, you and Styles are good, and you and Sheik are good.
Yeah, we're good, man.
You have no, like, you moved on, and you guys pieced it out as brothers, so you guys are, you support them from afar, and they support you from afar.
Facts.
Yeah, and you'd love, I mean, you're always open to talk to them whenever, right?
That's a super fact, man. They tell me to come by the lab whenever I feel like it.
I mean, that's like your family in a way. Like, those are your brothers for real, almost. Like, it felt like that with you, right?
That's why it hurt the way it did. You know what I mean? And I
remember we were at a video shoot and everything was cool then. You hadn't lost your house yet. I remember things got a little weird when your house burned down.
right.
I remember that.
Happened, and then like 3 weeks later or something like that, I end up, getting my advance. But it took for that to happen for me to get my funds. So as soon as I got that money, I had to pay for my mother's hotel bills. I got us a new apartment.
How much was the? Okay, so I have a question. When your house burned down, who was paying for the hotel you guys were in?
To be honest with you, I think it was like some family and Red Cross and shit like that.
So it wasn't. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying they had to. We're not saying that Sheik and them were supposed to, because
nobody put together a package and was like, yo, let's do this or nothing like that. It was nothing.
Did they offer for you to stay with them if you needed to get away from your family or anything?
Absolutely not. A friend offered me that, and look, it's gonna be funny the way I'm gonna put it, but it's 1,000 though. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so I felt like those guys wasn't putting the same type of energy forth for my project that they were with Luke's project, and I felt like Luke wasn't handling mine the same way that he handled his, meaning that he wasn't going to the label regularly checking on them to make sure they own their job as far as for my project or nothing like that. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Let me just go down here to Kosh and see what's going on. This wasn't something that I did normally, so I'm like, let me just check it out. Me and my homie, we went down there and we sat down with Alan Grumpler, who was the general manager at Kosh. Okay. So he was like, what up, Hood? I'm like, ain't nothing, what's going on? He like, everything's cool with you? I'm like, yeah, everything's all right, man. I heard the house burned down. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Listen, man, I really just hope that, what we was able to give you, helped out a bit. And, I'm like, what you mean? He's like, listen, man, the guys came down here and told us that your house burned down and you needed a little help, you know what I mean, to get on your feet. So we cut them a $60,000 check to give to you. So
I forgot. Yo, we haven't talked about this in a while. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so now I'm dumbfounded. I'm like, what? So he looking at me like.
Okay, so guys, just to catch you guys up. So he, not only did he not get his $25,000 check, right? Did you get that? They paid you that though. At this point, had they paid you?
I got that after the house burned down.
Okay, yeah. So at this point, Styles P had replaced the money he borrowed, gave it to Hood, so he was able to pay down his large hotel bills and get his family situated into an apartment.
New furniture, I got a little car.
So that 20 grand is, as you know, gone. You got to replace your whole life.
Facts.
Okay, so Now he's at Koch, and he realizes not only did they get that, so that 20 grand, he already owes that. They got another 60 grand from Koch from his budget to give him to get back on his feet. But he never got the check.
And we have to break this down because over time I realize it's people that don't know how this music thing works. When you're signed,
it's always hard to forget, and people always forget that there was a second check cut and you didn't get it.
Right. It's like this. When you're signed to a label,
yes,
and you have a distribution agreement with the mother label, the label that you're signed to, they have the right to sign not your name but sign on behalf of you if you're signed to them. So the people that's asking, there was no way they could have got his check and not gave it to him. Yeah, they could have, because the check was signed to that company on behalf of me. So whoever's in charge of that company can endorse it and take it, or whatever the case be. And that's what happened. So as soon as I found out about that, obviously I felt a certain way. You know what I mean? And that's when everything started going downhill.
Did you make any money off the D Block DVD that we did?
No.
Okay, I was just curious.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. See, this guy is out here.
Wait, wait, I got to put that in perspective too. Wait, you know what came out before? You know what came out faster than J Hood's album? A D Block DVD that I did.
Fact. That's a fact.
Yeah. Luckily, I got paid from that, so thank you.
And this is the thing, man. You know, and this is not throwing shots at Homeboy or none of that. They were saying my name or none of that type of shit, because like I said, I'm not gonna take the same approach as he did and try to speak on him just to act like I know information about him, try to make myself look a certain way, because I really don't have. Well, I have information on him, but
who we talking about, Bully?
Yeah, no disrespect to him, but he's not important enough for me to be speaking on like that. But I'll tell you this: he's saying that they owe him money for doing songs and all that other type of shit like that. Listen here. I did way more songs than him. I was on way
on
more
major
shit
labels, right?
Major labels. So if he's saying they owe him that, imagine what I'm owed. You know what I mean? I could, and this is not shitting on nobody. This is just me being honest. Lick shots on Styles P album, I never got paid for that. The Rough Rider compilation shit with Cash and all them, I never got paid for that. The second one I got on with them, never got paid for that. The Sheik Luch album, the Divine joint, every song you heard me with them niggas as far as albums goes, I never got paid for none of them shit.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's get, so we're back here. We got the 60,000. You realize this $60,000 check got cut. What did you do after you left Koch?
I left Koch. I talked about it with my homie. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I can't believe this. We got back to the town. And what ended up happening, like I said, everything went downhill after that, man.
Did you talk to Styles or Sheik or Jadakiss?
I think I made an attempt to talk to Sheik. I think I went to the hood with a couple of my dudes from the Bronx and shit. Not on no static shit, just to go over there. I went over there with a DVD guy.
Uh-huh.
You know about the parking lot. The parking lot is like super big. It's different sections.
Oh, yeah. That's where everybody hangs out in Yonkers.
Yeah, so they're on one section of the parking lot, and we're like literally probably like 70 feet away. So we pull up, park. I'm smoking the clip. Got a little drink. We trying to finish the clip. Mm-hmm. We got the DVD guy. He jumped out the whip with us. So obviously, it's me. Clearly.
Yeah.
The guy with a D Block chain on short. They know it's me, man. The camera over there and all that. So everybody else is over there on the other side of the parking lot, like 25 deep. Everybody looking like, yo, what's going on? Who that?
Yeah.
So my homie's like, yo, why they over there looking like that? They don't know it's you. I'm like, I don't know, bro. We finished the clip. And bear in mind, I didn't walk all the way over there and acknowledge them until after I finished. I'm like, let me finish this clip, then we go over there. Yeah. Because I'm not thinking there's nothing. Finish the clip.
Oh, yeah. Is this when you had the red Caprice, too? That Bully talks about?
This is probably a little bit after that.
Okay.
So we walking towards them now, and everybody's looking like they're on defense type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
do they know about this $60,000 check at this point?
I don't think they do.
So they're just being weird to you.
Yeah, they're just being weird. I just feel a weird vibe. So I'm looking at shit. But at the time, like I said, after that, it's different shit that was taking place. Like me and Sheik would go through like little shit, and I wouldn't talk to him probably for like a week, 2 weeks, like, know what I mean? And different little shit like that. So during this time, that was one of them little time periods. So I was seeing Sheik, and as I was walking, everybody looking at me funny and all this other shit. So my homies noticed it. They like, yo, why them niggas acting like that? What's up, nigga? I'm like, nah, everything all good, man. So as we getting closer, I don't know if it was a guy that be over there, one of the big homies named Chap. He like, oh shit, Hood, what up? And then Hit ended up coming to me. He like, damn, why ain't you say that was you? Hood niggas looking at the shit over here. I'm like, nigga, what you mean? Why ain't say that was me? Like, y'all know it's me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, why y'all looking like that? So I see the funny vibes, and I see Luch, hanging over the car. And somebody said to him, like, damn, Luch is like that with y'all? And he was like, I guess so. You know what I mean? And it was just a funny vibe. So I was like, you know what, man? We up out of here. You know what I mean? So we end up leaving.
Yeah.
I tried to go to the D Block studio later on that night to talk to him. I went over there calling Luch's phone. Everybody was over there, bullying all them over there. Nobody answered the door. You know what I'm saying? So after that, everything was just like, it was never the same. You know what I mean?
So, I'm
gonna tell you some crazy shit. Matter of fact, every brother had fights. I want to put that out there, right? If you have a brother, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a younger brother, you didn't have to fight with your older brother. My only mistake was making our fight public. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but like, why did you guys have a fight after that? Why was there no conversation?
It was just a funny vibe. Everything just got funny, man. One day we had a meeting inside the studio, and me and Sheik was about to fight. You know what I mean? Because
over what?
We was having a conversation about like people coming out and who is considered my competition and all this other type of shit and blah blah blah. So I was like, yo, listen, we were speaking about all the youngins at the time. He said something about Joel's being my competition. I'm like, Joel's ain't my competition. He your competition because he's a vice president over there. I'm just an artist over here. Yeah. So how could I be his? Executive position. He has an executive position over there. So his response was, that's just a title. Da-da-da-da, and all this other shit. And you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what that man is getting. I said, I know he getting more than I'm getting. Like, you know what I mean? And then
at that point, Joel's wasn't your competition anymore because he was getting paid.
Right. I'm like, listen, you guys want me to compete with guys that are clearly in a different category as me financially, but I don't care about that because lyrically, I'm coming at whoever. But as far as like being realistic about shit, I'm like, this isn't my competition. He's yours, and he didn't take a liking to that too well. So, he said something, and I was just like, man, yo, whatever, Luch. He like, what you mean, whatever? I'm like, I'm looking at him like, he's like, you serious? I'm like, what you mean, whatever? He like, what you mean, whatever? I'm like, what you mean, what I mean, whatever? He like, what you mean, whatever? I'm like, I'm looking around in the meeting. It's me, Super Mario, SP, my former manager, Hit, and I forgot who else was there, but I'm looking at everybody because I'm like, was he serious? So everybody just looking with their head down and shit. I'm like, yo, man, how does y'all lie? I'm like, yo, whatever, Luch, I ain't gonna lie, whatever, man. What you mean, whatever, man? What you want to do? I'm lucky, like, you saying whatever, like you want to fight or some shit, like what you want to do? I'm like, nigga, I'm looking at these niggas, I'm like, yo, man, y'all hear this nigga? Ain't nobody saying, I'm like, yo, sit here and let this nigga come at me like that, man. Nobody said nothing. So I got up and I act like I was about to walk out the room because I was about to walk out the room. And then, like, I think P or Super Mario just grabbed me like, yo, Hood, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Just chill, bro. Just sit down, my nigga. Let's just finish having the meeting. And I finished having the meeting. And
that sounds like a Super Mario move. He would have said that. Yeah.
It was never the same after that.
Yeah, but like, so at this point, you still hadn't brought up with anybody that I know that there was a $60,000 check cut?
Nah.
I wonder why you never brought that up.
I don't know why. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, a lot of the time is like a little off, but I didn't get to speak to them about that because I think, to be honest with you, it was at some point, like a little bit after that, I ended up going like overseas or some shit, and like I said, shit was just never the same. You know what I mean? Like, so, I forgot why I didn't mention it to him, but until after the case.
Do you feel like because you didn't address that, it made something build up inside of you, keeping it inside, and maybe you gave off a vibe, like it's possible, right? Because you weren't addressing something that was bothering you. I'm not giving anyone an excuse. I'm just saying, I remember that was your angry point, where things kind of switched and, we'll get into like, you dragged the D Block. You were just doing things that were out of character.
Yeah, because what people have to understand, right, is this. I was in a situation where I was the only male in the house. I was living with my mother at the time and my two younger sisters. One has autism and my mother had just B liver disease and shit. So I was the only one bringing in money in the house. I had to support everyone. So at this time, you guys are fucking with my well-being. You know what I mean? Like I can't get the money that I possibly could be getting because you're not putting me in the right position to be able to receive or obtain that type of money. So it was just a lot of different shit.
A lot of anger was building up inside of you, and looking, you know, hindsight is 2020. Looking later, you being young then, you know, do you think that you were trying to be the man of the house still and just not deal with certain things, and that's why you didn't? Why didn't you deal with it with them? That 60 grand. Why do you think now? Let's just
to be honest with you, man. Like one, I just felt like if they didn't bring it up, it's evidently they was trying to be secretive about it. You know what I mean? So in your mind, you were forming. I had also found out that my budget had been cracked before I even had any knowledge of it being cracked. Because to my knowledge, the budget wasn't touched at the time. I had like a $175,000 to $200,000 budget.
Yeah,
some shit like that, and I didn't think it was touched because I didn't get a video yet. We didn't, you know, do anything like that to promote the album. So when they told me it was cracked, I'm like, how? When?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like I didn't address any of that because, like I said, I felt like, okay, these guys are clearly keeping it secret, and like whatever. I have no power over here anyway. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just keeping it in because they say never tell all of what you know. You know what I mean? And I had that type of mentality at the time, and I'm young, and right now I look at it like, you know what? I'm older. I should have spoke on it. I should have been vocal about it. There's a lot of shit that I did that I would have did differently now that I'm, you know, a little bit older and I view things a little different. But at that time, I could say now I was a little immature. You know what I mean? Like I was hot headed. I mean, I was young, man.
Yeah, and this all goes back circle to, it wasn't fair, I think, for Bully to bring that up because he was bringing up you dragging the chain and everything, and he knows now what was going on then because everything's been spoken about up to this point, you know? And, you know, you've made good with Styles, Sheik, and Jadakiss. You've talked to them, and you guys have hashed everything out. For Bully to bring that up, and then I must say, okay, and this is not like a Bully bashing session. It's just that he said so much in that little thing there that has to be addressed because a new narrative gets started and you have to kind of like patch that up. So he went on in his interview to have the same gripes that he was teasing, making fun of that J Hood had in the beginning. Like, why didn't J Hood come? Oh, because he was misspending his budget. Did you misspend your budget getting the Caprice? He talked about you were blowing money on Caprices and the jeans. What about the Red Monkey jeans, right?
Listen here, check this out, man. I owned about 5 pair of Red Monkey jeans. You know what I mean? It was like $600 at the time a piece. Right. I bought a Caprice. I bought a used Caprice. You know what I mean? An old Caprice, like a 90 Caprice or something.
How much was it?
It was like $4,000.
So you bought a hoopty.
Yeah, I bought a hoopty. Exactly. I bought a hoopty. You know what I mean?
And you had to buy the jeans because back then people were criticizing what you were wearing.
Exactly.
So he was trying to keep up, but not with no budget.
I had to make myself look good for the behalf of the company. You know what I mean?
With DVDs and everything. He was always doing videos.
Yeah, you look at D Block, when you look at me, you're gonna look at me as a representation of D Block. So I had to be
Because think about it, guys. What would J Hood say he has on what he has on now, and you saw him on every DVD for 6 months wearing that same outfit? You'd be like, yo, he's a bum.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so you have to dress.
So to get at what he was saying, though, to debunk that, he was saying shit like that, and also shit like he spent his money on like spending like 2 months at the W Hotel, like all kind of crazy shit he was making up. But this is the thing: this guy wasn't doing nothing but regurgitating what he heard Luch say in prior interviews, because Luch was painting a narrative at the time to make me look a certain way. So he was doing nothing but repeating exactly what was being said, which wasn't even factual. Right. So, and how the hell do you know all of these ins and outs of my business? Like, how do you know all of this? You wasn't even around me. I wasn't around you or any of that type of shit.
I can attest to that because I was around these guys in and out a lot, like, you know, doing work with them on DVDs and stuff. And Bully used to be Sheik's gym partner before he was really rapping with D Block. He was really 354 Entertainment, something separate with Snipe, right?
Right.
Him and Snipe were a team. I remember I did their video separate, some other video, 354 video. I think it was called 354, if you can look it up. And I remember he was always with Sheik. And Bully's a nice guy, so don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to like say Bully's a piece of, you know, he's just, I don't know, you know, I didn't see a lot of anger in his video or anything, but you know, he's a good guy. He's funny, you know, he's fine. But you know, it's like, I remember him being Sheik's workout partner, and then they started to, when they were phasing you out, remember you were having your problems, then he started to become a rapper on D Block. And he was on the D Block DVD. So it was kind of,
but to his defense, he been rapping though. You know what I mean? Like he always was rapping. See, like I have to readdress this with you guys, like, unless you just know. I'm originally from North Carolina. You know what I mean? Like I moved to New York when I was 13. I met these guys around the time when I was like 14. So he been living around these guys his whole life. They knew about him rapping forever. You know what I mean? So I really think and I feel like, you know, he always felt kind of a certain way about me because I came from out of town and they embraced me. You know what I mean? And I end up being the first person that they put out.
And that's understandable.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But as far as like all the shit that he was saying, like, nah, man, it's not. You're not even telling the truth, and I still don't understand why you choose to speak about me.
Let's just be honest. He was going by hearsay and not really knowing everything, you know. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt, but it did have to get cleared up.
I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. He can't even get that with me because this. Yeah. I have no problems with him, but I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt because this is I see this as a constant characteristic.
An attack. Yeah, an attack. Yeah.
Want to bring my name up in every interview you do. You know what I mean? Just for shock value purposes. When I never said nothing about you, man. So I don't understand why you insist to keep on speaking about me. Like, I don't know.
If anything, he should be sympathetic to it because he did features with them, never got paid for it. He signed a deal with them, never had an album come out. Gripe was they never paid for his lawyer, and then they called him a snitch. Right?
Ain't nothing like that ever happened to me while I was over there.
Right, but I'm just saying that he has his own gripes, so he should be sympathetic to J Hood's own personal issues with them. Like, these guys make me not the best CEOs, you know, like nothing against them because they're great rappers. Jadakiss is amazing, Styles P's amazing, Sheik's amazing rappers, and they're good guys.
They are who they are. They're legendary. Everybody know they're legendary. We will never try to dispute that or take anything away from them because they are who they are.
We're both grateful for working with them. I have nothing bad to say about them because, you know, I was a contractor. I wasn't in D Block, you know, so like.
This is the thing also. This might be a possibility. He may feel a certain way that I didn't come to his defense or I didn't agree with him or even take it upon myself to speak and say anything about the last interview that he had with the who was that, Doggy Diamonds, and they was talking about that shit, and he was saying that J Hood was right and all that other type of shit. Maybe he thought I was gonna speak up and be like something, and I just, because it's not my business, man. You know what I mean? When I was going through my shit, you took it upon yourself to try to throw stones and try to bury me with lies and shit. So I didn't feel that it was important for me to speak on, so I didn't. And I'm still not on no fuck the locks campaign. I'm not jumping on that bandwagon or nothing like that.
I mean, I know you're good with them. I mean, I have no problem. So I'm just trying to I just wanted you to be able to clear up, you know, me and you talked and we wanted to clear this up. But everything's good with Jay.
That's what he's on. I'm not on that. I'm not jumping on that. Yeah. You can't convince me to jump on that. That's not what type of time we're on.
So for the record, as far as you know, you and Jadakiss are good, you and Styles are good, and you and Sheik are good.
Yeah, we're good, man.
You have you moved on and you guys pieced it out as brothers. So you guys are, you support them from afar and they support you from afar.
Fact.
Yeah. And you're always open to talk to them whenever, right?
That's a super fact, man. They tell me to come by the lab whenever I feel like it.
I mean, that's like your family in a way. Like those are your brothers for real almost. Like it felt like that with you, right?
That's why shit hurt the way it did, you know what I mean? And I handled things the way that I handled them at the time, even though it wasn't the proper way to do it. Like that, a lot of that was frustration. It was hurt. It was the feeling of me feeling like I was betrayed. You know what I mean? Like with a lot of those mixed emotions, if you're dealing with those type of emotions at a young age, you're not gonna know how to articulate yourself in a proper manner. You know what I mean? About the things that you want to speak about. So instead of me, taking another approach, I lashed out. You know what I mean? And
You know what I feel like? I feel like you guys resolve things, but you guys really all still need to sit down because everybody had their own faults in this. Everybody did, And you guys really just need to sit around as brothers and just say sorry and just talk about it and really move on. Like really still be, it might never be the same, but you guys should still have that brotherly love with each other still, It seems like that's still broken a little bit, but I know you still love them and I'm sure they still love you,
Yeah, the thing is, man, people, I mean, to this day, it's ridiculous, man. You still got people that hold the chain dragon thing against me. You got people that still talk about the disloyal thing. You got
I mean,
people.
why did you drag the chain? Why did you drag the chain?
People that still talk about the disloyal thing.
Alrighty, so why did you drag the chain? So, all right, let me mute this. Alrighty, so let's put this music back on. Media source on. Alrighty, and then music on. Okay, so what's going on, guys? Let's get right into it. Let's get to the questions in the room. Is Tekashi good right now? Sure. Someone's Don LaPere said, I would like some groupie love. Groupie love is good. But I look at them, I don't look at girls as groupies. They're down. Is the screen fire keeping you warm? Rob G, how did you know it is keeping me warm? Now with that, they each owe him $20K times 3 Locks members, 60,000. Why did he drag the chain? You will find out tomorrow why he dragged the chain. Yo, JT, you getting 2 chains, a new Louis bag for Christmas? No, he owes, if anything, he owes me a car or something. I mean, damn, I helped launch his career. I was part of the beginning. Can I get a Cadillac or something, man? I ain't asking for much, Hood was counter other dudes' projects. Hood was counting other... No, he wasn't. Red Bottom Boss. Okay, listen. I'm going to say this one time. Hood got a $35,000 advance from Universal. 2 years later, they wanted to go to Koch. They convinced J Hood to leave Universal with them and go to Koch. There, he was supposed to get a $25,000 advance. One of them borrowed $25,000. Wild Child, what up? One of them borrowed his $25,000 advance. They all got their advances. He didn't get his. Not until he lost his house did they give him that money. Then Koch felt so bad that his house was gone and he had to replenish his family stuff. They cut a $60,000 check to D Block that was supposed to be meant for J Hood. They never told him about it. Then he found out when he went down there and they said, we hope that money helped you. And they were found out. And that's what happened. Okay, I'm not trying to paint them as bad. This is just what happened. And this is why they have so many issues. Plus 5 years, your album doesn't come out. Sheik drops 3 or 4 albums promising you're next every time. That gets old after 4 or 5 years, guys, especially when your buzz was so big. By the time he was supposed to drop his album towards that part, his buzz was dying, man. Your buzz doesn't last forever, So that's all I'm saying, okay? Red Bottom Boss. I was around. I heard all these stories. I was there. I wasn't there for every single event, but I was around. It's enough. Anthony Vasquez, brother from another mother. Yeah. You're deep in 210. JT, do you still shoot videos? No, I don't. But I like Jadakiss. I like Styles P, and I like Sheik. I just don't think they were great CEOs. But I appreciate working with them, and they're good people, man. It's just they weren't great business guys. That's all I gotta say. Oh, man. So anyways, now I can actually speak back to you guys. But yeah, J Hood's still doing his thing and, support him. He's doing like a cooking show now too, so that'd be good. Disappointed in D Block. That was a Diddy move, you know. Like, let's just be honest. We have to be honest. We can't like keep sugarcoating things because they're some of the best lyricists to ever live. Okay, it is what it is. You know, Styles and Jadakiss are the best, man. You know, I was so happy to work with them and do videos, but I didn't like to see what was happening to J Hood. That's why I kind of like never just went on the full thing. Like, yeah, no, screw J Hood. You know, like I felt bad for him. I was like, damn, man, you know, I see this too many times, you know, and Hood was a good person, man. He was like a rider until he lost everything and his family was suffering. And then he found out $60,000 was supposed to come to him and they didn't give it to him. That's just like, that's dirty, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I can't get down with it. And they should feel bad about that. And they should sit down with him and they should make a good, everyone saying sorry to each other is not enough. They should do some music videos together, do some music, because so many D Block fans shun J Hood and punish him for no reason. When all he did was stay down as much as he could until they wouldn't release him. That's the only reason that he started acting out, is they wouldn't let him go. He wanted to be let go. He didn't want to be there anymore, and they wouldn't let him go because, you know what? Koch took 60, gave 60, 70, 75, so $85,000 towards J Hood's project, and it never came out. A lot of other artists have stories like that, man. A lot of them. You can't just sign artists, you know. It's irresponsible. Yeah, that's my artist, you know. You gotta actually, like, that's a lot of burden to take on. Taking someone's life on your hands, you know. You can't just have an artist, you know. Probably the project was what? I never heard the project. D Block ain't have money to begin with. Plus they splitting it 3 ways. Survival of the fittest. Well, Jadakiss had money. Styles was solo. They were good, you know. It's like, I don't know. J Hood or Dave East. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Dave East either. He can rap, for sure. But his songs are like, eh. I don't know. If Dave East came out in 2006, or 5 or 6, he would have been on fire. Music only one-sided business. Other side. I know, but Hood was talking about artists from labels. No, he wasn't. He was talking about he had them on a project. Davies poop. Like when you see the young boys talking about signing artists like Rich the Kid and B people like, wow, never signed to them. Oh man, what time we at? 37 minutes. Okay, we gotta go. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'll probably drop another video. 6ix9ine comes home in 30 days. It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be interesting. I'm not co-signing what he did, but man, I can't wait to see the show. J Hood was that dude I used to manage. HHP NYC was good. Don DePar, Jim Balson, Justin Crippo, D Wade, Red Bottom Boss. I'm not talking about only your interview. Hood did other interviews on this. I know, but me and him are friends, so he was able to open up a little bit more. And I wanted him to open up about this because Bully just brought this up and was like tearing him down. And I said, man, it's time for you to just like open up about this, but keep a positive perspective on it where you're open to talking to them and moving forward in life instead of, you know, just tell your truth, but say, you know, also keep it positive, you know, and he's good. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a great night. You guys are amazing. Protect your energy at all costs. Keep bad people away from you. Keep negative energy away from you. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. I'm helping them by promoting them, HHPNYC, and you know, I give them advice, but you know, that's what I can do. You know, he's dropping some stuff in like couple weeks, so I'll support that. I'll make sure people know it's out. Shaking my head. I would have thought you have more reserve with action by now. Can you give me advice, brother? Yeah, I can. Just hit me up. I'll give you advice. I always give people advice. Was his album good or not? I don't remember. I didn't even hear it. Let's be honest. Anyways, guys, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.